Did you know that home insurance prices have increased 19% in 2023? That might sound, that's not that much. Go back to 2019. Home insurance has risen over 55% since 2019. Now, we're seeing a larger increase in 2023, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think we're going to see as big of an increase in 2024, although you're going to see a lot of companies play catch up. It's essentially been a wildfire, and I mean that literally for some states, but in general, the reason you're seeing insurance increases was initially car insurance, and that was the larger piece of it. Honestly, car insurance has increased more than what home insurance has, but in general, that was like the claim. This is why we're going up, inflation, car prices, and that was all true, and you're starting to see this start to flip because now people are getting foreclosed on their cars, and they're getting their loans called, and all of those things because we bought things we couldn't afford because we were getting paid from the pandemic, right? That all spurred what's happening today. And we're just seeing what I think the tail end of it is. But what we stopped looking at was the homes. And the homes, we thought, oh, they're great, they're helping us. But then we quickly realized that insurance companies didn't know that most homes are older. And those older homes have some issues. They're starting to show their colors, along with big states like California and Florida having wildfires and more hurricanes, probably 3 or 4 more hurricanes than predicted. That is billions and billions of dollars, which we're as a whole. Everyone wants it to be fair, and so a lot of these companies are playing it fair because if California has massive claims, then we're going to see a small increase in Michigan. Same thing for Ohio. If Ohio has large claims, maybe Texas goes up a little bit. Virginia, Illinois, all of these states that we have insurance through, they kind of play a factor. They are on their own and they have their own little risks, but as a whole, for a company, you're seeing major losses, they've got to make up for it somewhere. Now, I fell into the same issue because I was like, oh, that's not that big of a deal. I went up about $200 a year from 2022 to 2023, and yeah, that was fine. I'm okay with that. That's not ideal, but it wasn't horrible. Now going in 2023 to 2024 and ongoing, I'm $1,000 more. That's across my home and my auto, which I'm not okay with. That's frustrating. So you've seen the prices average about $1,200 2 years ago. Now they were $1,500 about a year ago. And now we're seeing average of $1,800, almost $2,000 per year is normal. I went from paying $1,200 to now paying almost $2,800. It's over doubled in my state. Yes, some of that has to do with the age of my home. Some of that has to do with my personal insurance score, which I think has gotten better. I probably should rerun it. But initially, there hasn't been any changes on my policy that would increase it at any increment. Let's do the math. My home was built in the 80s, so you got 80, 90, 2000, 2010, 2020. So yeah, I'm hitting that age, that 50-year age of my home, to where that's the common, at least in Michigan, that's the normal state of a home, is an average of 50 to 60 years. That's not good for insurance because the risk is so much higher. Pipes burst, pipes break, the roof starts to deteriorate. Did you take care of it well? We're seeing that start to play a factor in the state that you're in as well. The other piece that we're seeing the homeowners insurance increase, and we'll explain how to fix this, but we're seeing a lot of roofing companies do less than preferred methods of getting business. Seems like a really cool deal, and they come and knock on your door. They say, hey, we're working on Susie's home over here. She had some hail damage. We just assumed that everybody in this block had hail damage. And claim, everybody starts filing the claims, which if it's hail damage and it's a legit issue, then great. It's a covered peril that most policies will cover. In those scenarios, one, you can expect to get your new roof. There goes $8,000 to $12,000 savings. Awesome, love it. But just know that home insurance is not like car insurance. It's not who was at fault, who deserves to get the increase. There's no one to blame but the home or the weather. The weather won't pay the bill. The home won't pay the bill, so it has to default to the homeowner. If you have a home claim, you're going to see an increase of 15 to 30%, no matter what the case is. So if you're paying $2,000 today, expect $600 more at the next 3 to 5 renewals. Now there is a caveat to that because technically if it's considered a catastrophic claim where the governor says, nope, this is a total loss, we've had some catastrophic, and insurance companies can't rate that against you in those scenarios. So if that's the case, then they turn around and say, great, you got the new roof, but we can't raise your rate based on that. It doesn't mean that the increase isn't going to come in the form of inflation or material or whatever their increase, but it's not going to be because it's you. It's because their whole state or their whole location, they've had issues. Guess what? Your whole territory just filed a claim on the roof. There's a higher risk. So you are going to see an increase because of those. And in some scenarios, insurance companies will overinflate the price because they really just don't want you anymore. They just paid a $12,000 roof. You're paying $2,000 a month. It's going to take them X amount of years to recover that. It's just not worth it. The risk has lost the profitability with them. So you essentially just go to a different company and find the risk that is the better fit. By the way, if you are shopping for home insurance or car insurance, I'll put a link in the description below. This allows you to work with an independent agent so they can shop around with multiple companies, just find the right fit for you. We've seen this year-over-year increase from 2019 to today and ongoing. You're going to see a slowdown from this. I don't think that these claims are happening as much, and these insurance companies started fighting back. For the roofers that have been going around from door to door, they're actually getting inspections on the roofing company to test and catch them if they are lying about it. If it's covered peril, it's covered. They're going to have to cover it, whether they like it or not. They might fight it, they might delay it, it might be a hassle, but at the end of the day, you should be getting the coverage that you paid for. If it's a roofer just going around scamming people, guess what? The insurance company is not at fault for that. I've had a family member that has had that happen. In the state that they were in, they had the roof replaced and they found that the roofing company wasn't legit. They had to pay some money back to the insurance company. That's because the roofing company is the one that should pay it. You unfortunately hired the roofing company, so you have to go back after the roofing company to recoup that because the insurance is not insuring the roofing company, they're insuring you. If they pay you, you have a job done. If they find out it's not legit, you have to go back after that roofing company to recoup your losses. By the way, good luck with that. I know this is so I didn't want to get too depressing. How do we fix this? So there are a couple of things that you can do on your house to get some better deals on insurance. I actually made a video that goes more into detail on the home insurance discounts that you have available to you. If you're still unfamiliar on the coverages about your house, I have an ultimate guide to home insurance 101 as well. I'm Mark with Think Insurance. I'll see you in the next one.